Should we continue to talk with Iran? Yes. Should we cut up the agreement immediately? That's absurd. Wouldn't you want to know if they've complied? Now, I'm going to vote against the agreement because I don't think there's significant leverage. But it doesn't mean that I would immediately not look at the agreement and cut it up without looking to see whether Iran is complying. The same goes with China. I don't think we need to be rash. I don't think we need to be reckless. And I think we need to leave lines of communication open. Often we talk about whether we should be engaged in the world or disengaged in the world. And I think this is an example of some who want to isolate us, actually, and not be engaged. We do need to be engaged with Russia. It doesn't mean we give them a free pass or China a free pass, but to be engaged means to continue to talk. We did throughout the Cold War, and it'd be a big mistake not to do it.
All right, that was 2016 Republican presidential candidate Senator Rand Paul at the second GOP debate. He joins us now with much more. Senator, good to see you. Feel good about the night?
Yeah, I do. I think it was a good debate. I think we mixed it up really well. And I think you're going to see a reshuffling of things. I think we're done with it being a one-person dog and pony show. I think right now you're going to really see it mixed up. And I think you're going to see a realignment of the numbers after this.
You went at it with Trump a little bit, said, you know, there's a sophomore quality to Trump, and he responded back, why are you in this debate, not the earlier debate, and plenty of subject matter as it relates to looks, etc. You don't like that at all. Is that what you don't like about him specifically?
Well, I think it was kind of funny because it was a complete non sequitur. We were talking, I think, about the Iranian agreement, and then all of a sudden he goes off, with some diatribe about me. So I think it's wearing thin. I think what he said about Carly Fiorina is wearing thin. And I think people are just tired of it. That's why I'm predicting there's going to be a realignment of this, a reshuffling. And the American people are finally going to wake up and say, really, don't we really want someone a little more serious to be in charge of the nuclear arsenal? All right, well, I don't think we want someone who's calling foreign leaders names.
Tell me how this shakes out then in your mind. The reshuffling begins with who? Who's the big winner in the debate tonight then, in your opinion?
I'm hopeful we'll see the same.
Well, Sean, I can't do all of your work for you. I can't tell you the polls and who won.
You were on the stage. You don't have a perception from that close venue.
All right. Well, look, I've already given you big news, Sean, and that's there's going to be a reshuffling. I think I did very well in bringing my message out to the people who believe in the libertarian conservative message. I think will hear my message. I think our numbers will solidify, but I think there's going to be a rejumbling of all the numbers, and it's going to be a brand new race come next week.
All right, we'll see if that prediction comes true. One of the surprises of the night, I mean, during these negotiations with Iran, and you did say you'd vote against the deal, but you wouldn't shut the door. Don't you think there has to be some preconditions to dealing with the #1 state sponsor of terror that says the destruction of Israel is non-negotiable, chanting death to America? Don't we need to say, recognize Israel, stop chanting death to America, stop being a state sponsor of terror, then we can talk? I would have those three conditions myself.
Well, it's one of the reasons why I'm voting against the agreement is that I don't think they're sincere. I don't think they're changing their behavior. And in fact, it's one of the things that Josh Earnest, the president's press secretary, said. He said they're going to continue to commit terrorism and foment war in the region. And so you're right. I don't think they're adequately changing their behavior or moving in any kind of good direction. So that's why I'm a no vote on the agreement. The reason why I've said it's immature and rash to say, oh, I'm going to cut it up on day one, is we can't control that there will be an agreement now for a year and a half, and it would be a mistake of us not to at least look and see if Iran is complying.
I've got a break here.
I hope they do comply.
Would you demand those three conditions that I mentioned: recognition of Israel, stop state sponsor of terrorism, and stop chanting death to America? Shouldn't they be basic conditions for any discussion?
Well, I think it's the only way we would believe that they're really going to comply is if they really want to be the community of nations, they would recognize Israel. They would release their political prisoners, all of that, yes. And so I think that's when you could have a real bona fide agreement. But I don't want to rule out negotiations, and I don't want to say that I'd immediately tear up the agreement, because there is a chance that maybe they will comply.
Okay. Senator, thanks for taking time tonight. We appreciate you being with us. Thank you.